students, today we will start a new unit, sound. First of all, I want to tell you one thing regarding this unit, sound. You will get 10 to 12 marks questions in your board paper from this unit, sound. This unit, sound, has three parts. First part is reflection of sound and echo. Second part is types of vibration. Third part is about characteristics of sound. Today we are going to start with the first part, that is reflection of sound and echo. And for this we are quickly taking a recap of your last year chapter sound. We studied that sound is a kind of energy. I believe everybody is aware about this. What is sound? Sound is a form of energy in which energy is transferred from one point to another point without being in contact with each other. Means these two points may not be in contact with each other. एक दूसरे के साथ टच है या नहीं है, इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. The energy will be transferred from one point to another point in the form of vibrations. These are the periodic disturbances, sound waves. These are the periodic disturbances which carries energy from one point to another point without being in contact with each other. This is the definition of sound which we studied last year. Then we also studied that sound waves are mechanical waves. Means these sound waves needs medium to travel. That's why these are known as mechanical waves. We also studied that mechanical waves are of two types. One is transverse waves and another one is longitudinal waves. What are transverse waves? I believe everybody remembers. Transverse waves are those waves in which particles are moving perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. Whereas longitudinal waves are those waves in which particles are moving parallel to the direction of wave propagation. This is what we studied last year. Now we are studying little bit more in this chapter, but before starting with that more explanation, I again want to clarify the difference between the sound waves and light waves, and that is based on their type of nature. Like when we are talking about light waves are electromagnetic waves, whereas sound waves are mechanical waves. Electromagnetic waves means what? They can travel in vacuum. They do not need any material medium to travel. Whereas sound waves, as we are saying, these are mechanical waves. That means they need material medium to travel. In vacuum, these cannot travel. The another difference between light wave and sound waves are the speed of light waves in air. That is 3 into 10 raised to the power 8 meter per second. Whereas the speed of sound waves in air is 330 meter per second. So the speed of sound waves is very less as compared to speed of light waves. The another difference is light waves are transverse in nature. I told you just now only. In this transverse waves, how the particles are moving? Particles are moving perpendicular to the direction of wave propagation. You can remember it this way. This is the movement of wave propagation. This is the wave propagation, direction of wave propagation, and particles are moving perpendicular to each other. So this is little bit is symbolizing T only. So you can talk about this as transverse waves. Okay. And when we are talking about sound waves, in sound waves, the particles are moving perpendicular to the wave propagation. Particles are moving perpendicular to direction of wave propagation. The last one is the wavelength of light waves is of order 10 raised to the power minus 6 meter. Whereas the wavelength of sound waves is of order 10 raised to the power minus 2 to 10 meters. This is very large as compared to the wavelength of light waves. This is the difference between light waves and sound waves which we studied last year. Now this time we are going to start with the reflection of sound. When we are talking about reflection of sound, I believe everybody is able to remember about reflection of light waves too. As the light waves were reflected back in the same medium, in the same pattern, when the sound waves are striking to some material or some surface or some wall, they are reflected back in the same medium. They are reflected back or they are bounced back. This bouncing back of sound waves after striking a medium or after striking a surface is known as reflection of sound. The bouncing back of sound waves after striking a surface is known as reflection of sound. But then what is the difference between reflection of sound and reflection of light waves? Yes, there is a difference between these two. In light waves, we need a smooth, plain and polished surface to get light waves bounced back. But in case of sound waves, no smooth, plain, polished surface is required. Whatever surface is there, sound waves, if they are striking to that surface and then they are able to bounce back, and this process is known as reflection of sound. But the similarity is this one, that as the light waves are following both the laws of reflection, in the same manner sound waves are also following both the laws of reflection. And what these laws are stating, the first one is angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. That means in case of sound waves also, the angle of incidence of what? Of sound wave is equal to angle of reflection of sound wave. And the second one is saying the incident ray. Here we are talking about incident sound wave. The reflected sound wave and the normal, they lie in same plane. All lie in same plane. These are the laws of reflection which are also followed by sound waves. Now basically what we are supposed to learn in this one is that what are the requirements for the reflection of sound. The basic requirement for the reflection of sound is what? It is only one. What is this? This is the size of the surface. Which surface? Reflecting surface. Means जिसके साथ जाकर sound टकराएगी और वापस आएगी, that surface. The size of the reflecting surface is bigger than the size of bigger than the wavelength of incident sound wave. Are you getting the meaning of this? इसका मतलब है जो भी रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस है, सपोज अगर ये आपका रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस है, इसका साइज बड़ा होना चाहिए जो भी साउंड वेव आ रही है इसकी वेवलेंथ से. सो जो साउंड वेव आ रही है इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? दिस इज इंसिडेंट साउंड वेव. इसकी जितनी भी वेवलेंथ होगी रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस का साइज उससे बड़ा होना चाहिए, देन रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ साउंड इज पॉसिबल. दिस इज द ओनली रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर द रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ साउंड. The surface can be of any type, it may be smooth, it may be hard, but the requirement is this only: the wavelength of the incident sound wave must be greater than the size of the must be smaller than the size of the reflecting surface. Means the size of reflecting surface must be bigger than the wavelength of incident sound wave. Please don't forget this word. This is incident sound wave. It may be taken as reflected sound waves if you are not writing this word. So this is the key word of this complete sentence. You cannot miss it. Okay. So now we are moving on to another term, that is echo. To understand this echo, I'll give you one example. Suppose you are going on a trip and you are going to a hilly area, and there one of your friend produces very sharp sound, and after some time you people are able to hear two sounds. One sound is the original one which your friend produces, and second sound is the reflected sound which you people are getting after reflection of sound from those hills which are present near around you. Suppose this is the hilly area, here you and your friend is standing, and if this person is producing some sound, first you can able to hear the original sound produced by this, and then you are able to hear the reflected sound which you are getting after reflection from the hills. That means you and your friend are able to hear two types of sound. This is only possible when the first sound dies off. What is the meaning of this? I told you you and your friend were able to hear two sounds. One is the original sound and another one is the reflected sound. If this sound is in your ears, this original sound is in your ears, that time you are not able to hear this reflected sound, because at one time you are able to hear only one only. When this sound dies in your ear, means this sound wave ceases, then only you are able to get another sound. And if you are getting that another sound, that another reflected sound is known as echo. So how can we define echo? It is, or you can say echo is the reflected sound from a reflected sound after the reflection from a distant obstacle. Obstacle means रुकावट, कोई भी पहाड़, दीवार, कोई भी चीज है जो उसको रोक रही है. The surface which is able to reflect back that sound, okay, which is able to bounce back that sound. So echo is the reflected sound after the reflection from a distant obstacle like hill, it may be cliff, or it may be wall, anything, etc. After original sound dies off or ceases. This is what we are saying as echo. Echo is the reflected sound after the reflection from a distant obstacle when original sound ceases. When original sound ceases, then only you are able to get this echo. Please remember this term. So this is again the keyword of your definition. You cannot miss it. Echo is the reflected sound. One point is this one. This you need to write down. And second one is, it is only possible when the original sound ceases. Now we will talk about the conditions for hearing echo. Means what are the requirements after following which we are able to hear echo. There are three conditions. The first one is the distance between the reflector, means the surface which is reflecting the sound waves, and the listener. And the object or listener you can write down, and the object must be 17 meters. And this I am talking about air. Now how we are getting this value 17 meter, and what I mean to say this. The distance between the reflector and the object must be 17 meter. Suppose you are producing sound over here and this is the surface to which the sound waves are reflected back. So this distance must be 17 meters. How we get this value 17 meter? As we people are aware, speed is given by formula distance upon time. Here we are aware the distance covered by sound is not single d. If suppose this is the distance covered by sound, that is d meter, say this one. So first the sound is going over here and then coming back. That means the distance traveled by sound is not only d here, that is given by speed is equal to distance, that is twice of this d divided by t. If the speed of sound is denoted by v, so v will be 2d upon t. So this is the formula which we are using to calculate the speed of sound, or to find out the distance between the two objects, or to find out the time period to hear the echo. So whenever we are talking about echo produced by any object or echo heard, we are using this formula in which we are taking 2d as distance instead of this d. Now I was telling you ki how we got this distance 17 meter. As we are aware, the speed of sound in air is 330 meter per second. So we can put this value over here. That is equal to 2 into d. Suppose we are not aware about ki how much away this object is from this reflector. then it is divided by t. T is time. This is which time? This is the time which we are supposed to have to hear the echo. Now this t is 0.01 second. Why I am taking it as 0.01 second? Because 0.01 second is the time for which the original sound remains in our ears. After this 0.1 seconds, the original sound ceases and we are able to hear the reflected sound. That is echo. So the time after which we are able to hear this, that is 0.1 second. So from here we can calculate d will be equal to 17 meters. The distance between the object and the reflector must be 17 meters, or distance between the listener and the reflector must be 17 meters. This is an air. If we are talking about water, the value of this s, or you can say the value of velocity of sound in air changes. That will be in that case 1450 meter per second or 1500 meter per second approximate, and in that case this will become 2d upon t, and the value of t will remain same only. 1450 is equal to 2d upon 0.1. That means the value of d will be something different, right? The second condition for that is the size of reflector, which I told you earlier. The size of reflector must be greater than the wavelength of, I am using lambda for wavelength of incident sound waves. I believe no need to explain it again. The third condition for this one is the intensity of sound. Which sound? Original sound which you are producing should be high. Means अगर आप जोर से बोलेंगे तभी साउंड अपने रिफ्लेक्टर तक पहुंचेगी, वहां से बाउंस बैक करेगी और आपको इको सुनाई देगी. इफ द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ द ओरिजिनल साउंड इज नॉट हाई, धीरे से बोलोगे तो वो आपके रिफ्लेक्टिंग सरफेस तक पहुंचेगी ही नहीं, और अगर नहीं पहुंचेगी तो आप उसको सुन भी नहीं पाएंगे इको की तरह से. तो दैट मीन्स वी लर्न अबाउट 3 कंडीशंस फॉर इको. फर्स्ट वन, द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन द लिसनर एंड द रिफ्लेक्टर, दैट शुड बी 17 meters in air. The second one, the size of reflector must be greater than the wavelength of the incident sound waves. And the third one, the intensity of the original sound should be high. Now we will be starting with numericals based on echo. I'll be taking few of the examples from your book only. The first one is, बेटा आई एम रिपीटिंग इट, कि जब भी आप न्यूमेरिकल्स करते हैं पहले उसका स्टेटमेंट बहुत ध्यान से पढ़ेंगे. Then find out the things which are given to you. उसके बाद आप ये चेक करेंगे जो सारी चीजें दी हैं वो आपको एक ही यूनिट में दी हैं, एक ही टाइप की यूनिट में दी है, सारी एसआई में है या सीजीएस में है. इफ दे आर नॉट ऑफ सेम टाइम, प्लीज कन्वर्ट देम इन वन टाइप ओनली एज आस्क्ड फॉर योर आंसर, एंड देन यू विल स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग द न्यूमेरिकल. गॉट इट? उसको भूलना नहीं है, अदरवाइज मार्क्स डिटेक्ट होते हैं इस बात के. आप लोगों को ये याद रखना होगा. आई एम स्टार्टिंग विद दिस न्यूमेरिकल टुडे. A boy hears an echo of his own voice from a distant hill after 1 second. The time after which the boy is able to hear echo, they are giving as 1 second. So T I have written as 1 second. This is numerical number 4 from your book. I am starting with this numerical number 4 because here we are using the same formula which we did. The speed of the sound in air is, the speed they are giving as 350 meter second inverse. Now what are they asking? What is the distance of hill from the boy? Suppose this is the boy and this one is the hill. The time for this one means the sound is going over here and coming back. The time taken for this is given as 1 second. The speed of sound in air is given as 300 meter per second. You have to find out distance between these two. You need not to find out 2D. You have to find out D because they are saying what is the distance of hill from the boy. उन्होंने hill का distance पूछा है boy से. Okay. So write down the formula. Speed is equal to distance upon time. In case of echo, we are saying it as 2D upon T because the sound is traveling double the distance. Write down value for V, that is 350 meter per second. and this is given in your SI system. This one is also given in SI system, so no need to convert anything. This is 2 into D. D we are supposed to find out. Time is given as 1. So when you will calculate it, you will be getting the answer of D. D will be 175 meters. So this is the distance between the boy and the hill. Beta, next numerical we are doing sixth one. I am reading the statement. Please hear it carefully and then we will do it here on the blackboard. A boy is standing in front of a wall at a distance of 85 meters. Suppose this is the boy, this is the wall, and this boy is standing 85 meters from this particular wall, right? Produces 2 claps per second, means 1 second में 2 बार clap करता है. Okay. He notices that the sound of his clapping coincides with the echo. वो सुनने के बाद ये नोटिस करता है कि उसकी जो क्लैपिंग की साउंड है वो इको के साथ कंसाइड हो रही है. यहाँ पर आपको क्या समझना है कि जब उसने पहली बार क्लैप किया तो उसकी क्लैपिंग की साउंड इको के साथ कंसाइड नहीं हो सकती, क्योंकि इको तो सुनाई दी होगी ओरिजिनल साउंड के खत्म होने के बाद. हाँ, ये हो सकता है जब उसने दूसरी बार क्लैप किया तो पहली वाले की इको और दूसरी वाले की क्लैपिंग आपकी कंसाइड कर जाए. यही बात उसने भी नोटिस की. द इको इज हर्ड ओनली वंस, इसीलिए इको कितने बार सुनाई दिया? सिर्फ एक बार. किसका? पहली वाली क्लैपिंग का, और सेकेंड वाली क्लैप के साथ क्या कर गया? वो कंसाइड कर गया. द इको इज हर्ड ओनली वंस व्हेन क्लैपिंग इज स्टॉप्ड. कैलकुलेट द स्पीड ऑफ साउंड. आपको इसमें स्पीड ऑफ साउंड कैलकुलेट करना है. डिस्टेंस आपको गिवन है 85 मीटर, बट व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट स्पीड ऑफ साउंड फॉर्मूला दैट इज 2D/T. हमें तो एटलीस्ट 2 चीजें चाहिए ना डिस्टेंस फाइंड आउट करने के लिए. अभी तो हमें सिर्फ क्या गिवन है? हमें तो सिर्फ डिस्टेंस गिवन है, हमें टाइम भी नहीं पता और वी भी नहीं पता. तो दोनों चीजें कैसे फाइंड आउट करेंगे? टाइम बच्चे उन्होंने इनडायरेक्टली दिया है. अगर आप दोबारा स्टेटमेंट पढ़ेंगे तो आपको पता चलेगा. देखिए व्हाट दे आर सेइंग, द बॉय प्रोड्यूसेस 2 क्लैप्स पर सेकेंड. 1 सेकेंड में 2 क्लैप प्रोड्यूस करता है. मतलब एक क्लैप प्रोड्यूस करने में उसको कितना टाइम लगेगा? टाइम फॉर 1 क्लैप इज इक्वल टू 1/2 सेकेंड. और इतने ही टाइम में उसको क्या सुनाई दिया है? इको सुनाई दिया है. सो जो टाइम हमें इनडायरेक्टली दिया हुआ है दैट इज 0.5 सेकेंड, और ये वैल्यू आप यहां पर पुट करेंगे. सो अब वैल्यूज रखने के बाद v इज इक्वल टू 2 into 85 divided by 0.5 and then you will get v is equal to 340 meter second inverse. बेटा ये वाला मैं आप लोगों को फिर से बता देती हूँ. दे आर सेइंग कि बॉय ने 2 क्लैप्स को 1 सेकेंड में प्रोड्यूस किया. पहले क्लैप का उसको इको सुनाई दिया सेकेंड क्लैपिंग के पास. सो आपको अगर एक क्लैप का टाइम पीरियड पता चल जाए तो डेफिनेटली आपको इको सुनने का टाइम भी पता चल जाएगा. तो आपने एक क्लैप का टाइम पीरियड निकाला 1/2 सेकेंड, तो टाइम आपका कितना आता है? 0.5 सेकेंड. गॉट इट? बेटा नेक्स्ट न्यूमेरिकल वी आर डूइंग 8th one. A man standing in front of a vertical cliff fires a gun. This is the cliff. Man is standing over here and this man fires a gun. He hears the echo after 3 seconds. और उसको इको कितने बार देर के बाद सुनाई दी? 3 seconds. तो मतलब वो साउंड यहाँ चले गई, वापस आई. जब वो वापस आई तब उसको इको सुनाई दिया, तो इसके लिए उसका टाइम है 3 seconds. ओके? अब उसने क्या किया? ऑन मूविंग क्लोजर टू द क्लिफ बाय 82.5 meters. अब यही मैन क्लिफ के थोड़ा पास जाता है, क्लोजर टू द क्लिफ. पीछे नहीं जाएगा, उसकी तरफ जाएगा. वो पास जाता है कितना? यहां से 82.5 मीटर इसके पास चले गया. गॉट इट? दोबारा जाकर यहां पर फायर करता है और अब उसको इको सुनाई देता है आफ्टर 2.5 सेकेंड. मीन्स अब यहां से गया साउंड, वापस आया. अब कितना टाइम है? 2.5 सेकेंड्स. अब उसको इको सुनाई देता है 2.5 सेकेंड्स के बाद. गॉट इट? मैं अब इसका स्टेटमेंट फिर से पढ़ती हूँ, ध्यान से सुनिए. A man standing in front of a vertical cliff fires a gun. He hears the echo after 3 seconds. यहाँ मैन खड़ा है, उसने फायर किया, 3 सेकेंड के बाद उसको इको सुनाई दिया. He on moving closer to the cliff by 82.5 meter. यहाँ से 82.5 मीटर क्लिफ के पास जाता है, फिर से फायर करता है और नाउ ही हियर्स द इको आफ्टर 2.5 सेकेंड. ये वाला इको इसका कितना आता है? 2.5 सेकेंड. आफ्टर मूविंग क्लोजर दिस वन इज 2.5 सेकेंड. Now what they are saying is you need to find the distance of cliff from the initial position of man. आपको ये पूरा डिस्टेंस फाइंड आउट करना है, ये वाला डिस्टेंस ऑफ क्लिफ फ्रॉम द इनिशियल पोजीशन ऑफ द मैन. सबसे पहले मैन कहाँ खड़ा था? यहाँ पर. ओके और सेकेंड आपको फाइंड आउट करना है स्पीड ऑफ साउंड. सो अगर हम इसको डी लगाकर चलते हैं, ये वाला डी है उसकी इनिशियल पोजीशन वाला. ब्लैक पर वो इनिशियल पोजीशन पे था तो ब्लैक तक का डिस्टेंस मैंने ब्लैक मार्कर से लिखा है डी. आपको डी फाइंड आउट करना है और सेकेंड आपको क्या फाइंड आउट करना है? आपको वेलोसिटी ऑफ साउंड फाइंड आउट करना है. ओके अब दो चीजें आपको फाइंड आउट करनी है और गिवन एक ही है. क्या ये पॉसिबल है? बिल्कुल पॉसिबल है बेटा. उन्होंने दो सिचुएशन दी है. ये आपका पूरा डी है, 82.5 मीटर वो आगे चला जाता है. मतलब इस कंडीशन के लिए डी क्या बचता है? डी माइनस 82.5 मीटर्स. यहां दोनों के बीच का डिस्टेंस कितना आ गया? d माइनस 82.5. सपोज ये 10 है, ये 2 मीटर आगे चला जाता है तो आप कैसे निकालते हो? 10 माइनस 2. सो सेम हमने लिखा है d माइनस 82.5 मीटर्स. नाउ अब हम दोनों सिचुएशंस के लिए इक्वेशन बनाएंगे. फॉर फर्स्ट कंडीशन what they have given you? They have given you speed is equal to distance, that is 2. Distance is given as d and time what we get for the first one is 3 seconds. Okay and for second one what we can do is हमें टाइम कितना था? 3 सेकेंड. ये v 2d अपॉन दिस. देन फॉर सेकेंड कंडीशन हम क्या इक्वेशन लिखेंगे? हमें v अभी भी नहीं पता है तो वी विल राइटिंग इट एज v इज इक्वल टू डिस्टेंस. हमें सिर्फ इसको रिमूव करना है बेटा. जो सबसे ज्यादा गलती होगी आपके इस न्यूमेरिकल में, मैक्सिमम बच्चों की होती है, ज्यादातर इंटेलिजेंट वालों की होती है, ध्यान रखना इस बात को. वो लोग इसको 2d में वो लोग क्या लिखते हैं? इसको 2d किसके साथ लिखेंगे? d माइनस 82.5. ये वाला 2 इसके साथ मल्टीप्लाई नहीं करते हैं वो लोग. अब वो क्यों नहीं मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं? ये उनकी गलती है, इसीलिए पूरा न्यूमेरिकल क्या हो गया आपका? गलत. आपको क्या करना है? 2 d का वैल्यू पूरा लिखना है, इस d को रिप्लेस करना है यहाँ पर. सो d कितना बनेगा आपका? ये डिस्टेंस है अभी के लिए, तो दैट इज d माइनस 82.5 एंड डिवाइडेड बाय फॉर दिस वन टाइम कितना है? 2.5 सेकेंड्स. गॉट इट. अब ये दोनों v के इक्वल है, आप इन दोनों को इक्वेट कर सकते हैं. ये भी v के इक्वल आ गया, ये भी v के इक्वल आ गया. ये इक्वेशन नंबर 1, ये इक्वेशन नंबर 2. As their left hand side is equal, so you can equate the right hand side of both the equations. So what can you write? I am writing it over here. You can write it 2d upon 3 is equal to 2 into d minus 82.5 divided by 2.5. And here you are going to find out the value of d. After solving this, you will be getting 495 meters. This is the distance. That means one part you calculated here. This d you are supposed to find out and you got this d over here. मैं एक बार फिर से रिवाइज करा रही हूँ आप लोगों को. हमने क्या किया? हमने दोनों सिचुएशंस जो हमें दी थी, दोनों का एक एक इक्वेशन बनाया. दोनों में हमने लिखा स्पीड ऑफ साउंड इज इक्वल टू 2d अपॉन first time, that is 3 seconds. This is the first distance. For second condition we have written v is equal to 2 twice the distance, whatever distance we found, that is d minus 82.5 divided by the second time. As the left hand side of both the equations are same, both the sound waves are traveling in the same medium, so we are able to equate the right hand sides and we equated that. And after that we are able to find the value of this variable which we are having in this equation, that is d, that is equal to 495 meters. Now the question is, now we need to find out value of v also, because the second part says you need to find out the speed of sound. So speed of sound is given by formula 2d upon t. Now we got the value of d, put this value of d over here in this one. This is 495 divided by t. Now which time you are supposed to take here? The value of d you are talking about, this complete distance. That means time also you are taking for the same one. That is 3. And find out the value of this v, that is 330 meter per second. Now you will try all the numericals based on this formula from your exercise first. If you have any doubts, you can ask in comment box or you can message me. Thank you, बच्चे.